It's so funny. I just said something and my producer Steve looked at me like, are you ready? Of course I'm ready. I'm always ready. We're on Vegas Live with Ninon. I'm Ninon, your host. We're down here at the Pepper Mill, and I have Kenton Weaver with me. Now, Kenton Weaver, oh, I love the salute. He's a good-looking guy, isn't he? I mean, you know, you should be... Are you married, by the way?
Not legally.
Well, I don't know what that means, but we are in Vegas, so I guess whatever is in Vegas stays in Vegas, but this doesn't stay in Vegas because this is going worldwide, so not legally. So you're living with somebody.
Well, yes, it's Sin City, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. I haven't. No. Now I'm going to test it. Yeah, of course it's Sin City.
Right.
The stuff that goes on here, my goodness gracious me. Well, anyway, that's Vegas. Love it. Love it.
Right.
Love Vegas.
Right.
So now you sort of do lots of different things. You have different voices. You've got a wig hair. You've got different things you're going on. You've got CDs here. He's brought me everything. He's got a CD here that says Kenton Sings Dean. So that means you do Dean Martin.
I do. I have a show called Dino and Friends.
Dino and Friends.
I do.
Awesome. Can you do a little Dean for me now?
When you're drinking, the show looks good to you. When you're drinking, you get stinking, and it helps your point of view. But when you're sober, oh, the skies are cloudy all day. So keep drinking, 'cause life, it's a holiday. Never mind.
That's wonderful. No, I love that. That sort of spur of the moment. I love that. So you've got the message. He's on the red couch, by the way, and the red couch actually gives you a lot of energy.
It does.
Doesn't it give you?
Well, sitting next to you is energizing too. You know.
Well, we got more stuff going on here because you've got Kenton Sings country classics as well.
I do.
So you go from a Dean to a country.
I do everything from Broadway to country.
So how do you manage to train your voice, or do you train your voice, or is this kind of more natural for you to just switch voices?
I grew up in a little town called Independence, Kansas.
Are you from Kansas City?
No, it's way south, closer to the Oklahoma border.
Okay.
And I found out that your cohort, Lynn, used to live in Bartlesville for a while. So that's only 45 miles south of Independence.
Okay.
Anyway, I sang a lot when I was a kid there, and
did you used to mimic people and everything?
Well, at that time I knew I could, but I was singing more like the Sinatra stuff. So when big bands would come through, they would let me sing with them because I'd audition. They said, "Oh, this kid's got a voice."
Wonderful.
So,
and how old were you roughly then?
16 to 18.
I was about 16.
And when I was 19, I went to New York. And
a big town hitting.
Yeah, and
it's like Sinatra town.
Right. I got a recording contract right off the bat, but it didn't go anywhere. So after about
whose fault was that? Would that be your fault, not concentrating on what you got, and not realizing what you really did have, or just didn't?
We recorded 4 songs at a place called Stay Phillips. There, I don't know if they're still in business.
I'm sure there's a lot of people knew it, even if.
But you know. It just didn't. They didn't have the funding or whatever. I remember meeting with my manager, with Jerry Vale's manager up in.
I've met Jerry Vale, great guy.
Oh yeah. I loved his voice.
Yes.
But anyway, after that, I went back to Kansas, married my high school sweetheart, and proceeded to raise 3 beautiful daughters.
Oh, how wonderful.
And
so there's 4 women in the house. Oh my goodness gracious me.
So I was still singing like Sinatra then, but after a while I decided it was a little passé, so, you know, with all the rock and this and that. So I just put that on hold, kept doing community theater through the years. And then in the early 90s, when I would go out to karaoke with friends, and every time I'd go out, I'd do a couple of new voices.
Really?
And I thought after
was it just like for fun?
It was for fun at that time. Yeah. But I knew I had a penchant for it. So after that many voices, I said, I have an act here. So so I started doing that. I did a few little things in California. In 2001, I moved to Las Vegas, and
this came to your home. This is now your home, right?
Yes. I've been here since 2001.
2001. I hope the 17 years have treated you well. Have they?
They have. I've done some nice things.
This is a tough town for entertainment.
Well, when I first got here, a person sent me down to Laughlin, and I got a job down there, but they wanted me to do 6 nights a week, 6 hours a night. And shortly after that,
I said, "Do continuously?"
Yes, and I said, I I cannot do that because
I don't think any entertainer can do that. Maybe one night you can do that, but not 6
Right.
nights. But who would you keep having watch you of 6 hours? Is a long time.
you know. But anyway,
Crazy. Anyway, okay.
so but
Moving right along.
but so it actually took me till 2004 to get a real job in Las Vegas, because it's tough if you don't have a hit record, or you don't do this and that, or you don't sing like Danny Costello.
Oh, Danny Costello. He was on last week. He's lovely. I like Danny. He's a great guy.
Anyway, but there were 14 people that auditioned for this show down on Fremont Street, and the casino owners were all sitting out there, and
Did they make you nervous?
of course they did.
Yeah. But that's where you get the energy from. That's where
Right.
you can perform when you get nervous.
Right,
You get,
and then,
you know.
but what I was really depressed right then, because I had just lost my job at Chippendales, because they said my six-pack was a little flabby. So
No, were you really at Chippendales? He wasn't at Chippendales.
anyway,
He's fooling me. But you know something, just joking apart, you could be at Chippendales. I mean, I don't know what the body looks like, but I certainly I know what the face looks like, and I'm not about to find out what the body looks like either. So let's just stick to the face.
okay. So I was down on Fremont Street for 3 years, 3.5 years.
Really?
And,
so you got the job?
Yeah, I got the job.
You got
after,
the job.
After
How
14
many people were there? 14?
14 auditioned, and I finally got the
wow.
job. I said, "Oh, I'm off and running in Las Vegas."
At last, it's
but
a time.
anyway, I would do a lot of voices, and my voices would start out with Dean, of course, and then I would
Yes.
introduce. It was Dino and Friends.
Dino and Friends.
And I would do Willie Nelson right off the bat. Well, one day, one of my fans down there came running up to me and said, "Willie Nelson is coming down here, and he has an entourage with him."
You look great.
I shut the music off. I put "Always on My Mind" on there,
Oh my goodness.
and this is what I did. Maybe I didn't love you quite as often as I should have. You were always on my mind. And I guess that's why I'm on the road again. On the road again. All that stuff.
Your hair stays rocking. Now, if I put that on my head, it would be a total disaster. My hair would I don't know what would happen.
Sure
to it,
about
but
that.
Anyway,
You have great hair. What are you
thank
talking about?
That's
Okay.
sweet. So that's the Willie Nelson you do.
That was Willie Nelson, yes.
I was with Willie Nelson and Frank Sinatra when they played the Golden Nugget, and I believe it was Frank Sinatra's one of his last shows he ever did. And they gave me this incredible silver tray, and they both signed it, Willie Nelson and Frank Sinatra. Isn't that amazing?
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
lovely. Yeah,
love it.
so I love that. That's great.
All right,
So
thank
anyway,
you.
you did that.
I did that. Willie came down through. I was just starting to tell that story.
Yes.
He came down through with his entourage, and I was singing "Always on My Mind." He gives me the thumbs up, and I said, "Come on, Willie,
Come and sing with me.
Yeah, and he
It's
did.
It's your song after all. It's not mine. It's
He
yours.
did about half the song
Yeah.
with me, and then sayonara. But what a nice guy.
Did he like what you were doing in the
Oh yeah.
impersonation and
He
the
gave me
whole
a double
bit?
thumbs up after he
Oh,
left.
wow, that was there.
Because if you on my records you see how much I sound like that. But anyway.
Yeah.
And then Oscar Goodman came down.
Oh, he was the mayor at that time.
Yes.
Yeah.
And he was watching the show, and I said, "Oscar, come up here and sing My Way with me."
I didn't know.
And he said,
sang.
"I will. Just give me a moment."
I didn't even know he could sing.
I didn't either, and I still don't, because he chickened out on me.
I still don't know. You know why? Because he can't sing, maybe. Well, Oscar Goodman, you're good at other things. If it's not singing, you're very good.
So later on, I worked in some lounges, and I was able to work in the Rat Pack shows as Dean Martin.
Oh, you're kidding.
So yeah.
Oh, so you've been around town a little bit. Now you've got this one, Kenton sings Elvis.
Yeah, I do a lot of Elvis too.
Are we going to hear a little Elvis? Oh, I love Elvis.
Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you.
I love it. I'm falling in love with this guy. You are amazing. Now, what other woman you're with, she's moving out,
Right.
I'm moving in.
Right.
Hey, I'm only kidding. Don't worry. I'm not going to do that. Don't worry.
So I did Dean at the Greek Isles and the Plaza. One for Sandy Hackett and one for Dick Feeney.
Wow.
So, but anyway, I'm just mainly doing corporate things, but I'd love to have a show because I do have a good show.
You have a good show. So let's see if we can get you a show. He's absolutely amazing. Don't forget Kenton. But you've just told me what your aim is to get. How are you trying to do that, and how hard is it to try to get your own show without, they've got this 4-wall, 3-wall, 2-wall, 1-wall, no walls, I don't know. They've got all these things you have to pay for before you ever get in the door.
I've been too independent.
So
because I don't have a real agent. So if there's anybody out there that would like to
be your
help
agent,
me out, absolutely.
Yeah, why not?
So, anyway.
How can they reach you?
They can reach me through my website, kentonweaver.com, or you can call 702-480-4650.
He's giving his number out. I'm now going to watch the video, and now I know his number.
Okay.
I'm teasing him something awful, but I really think you're really, really good.
I do a lot of, in addition to my Dino and Friends, I do a lot of Frank Sinatra and Dean Martin tributes as well, and sometimes I do that.
Okay. So what's your favorite?
Well, Frank had the best songbook of anybody.
He did, didn't he?
Because he worked with all the great
Do you know I actually met him in Beverly Hills? I actually sat down and spoke to this guy and had a lovely conversation with him and met him. And Frank Sinatra, truly the sweetest guy out. Sweetest guy out. He's really a nice guy. So, Frank Sinatra, put the hat on. We're going to do a little Frank Sinatra, are we? Oh, here we go.
When somebody loves you, it's no good unless she loves you. All the way, happy to be near you when you need someone to cheer you. All the way. All right.
You are really cool. I like you. You are so cool. Because you know why? You've not only got all the different things you do, but you've also got that lovely personality. You've got a personality where people like you and people want to be with you and people want to talk to you.
Well, thank you.
Don't forget out there, you know, I'm like kind of helping the hotels out here to sort of get all these acts on there. I just had this other lady on, Christy Love, and she's incredible.
Yes,
she's all about, absolutely all about the soul music and the R&B and all that stuff. And you've got something totally different. Now, do you ever sing with your own voice, just as you?
Yes, that's probably one thing.
Do you have a Kevin
That's probably
Weaver?
one thing that brought me into impressions, because I do have a legitimate voice.
You've got everybody else's voice.
But I never thought there was anything that interesting about my particular voice.
Oh, good Lord,
because,
alive.
I mean, you come on people, like Nat King Cole. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. You can recognize that voice.
Okay, so how many impersonations do you do?
Oh, 40 or 50. I mean, I
can't even barely get one out, and that's English. You've been absolutely amazing.
Thank you, Ninon.
Kenton Weaver, don't forget that name. He's looking to actually open up a little cabaret or show place in one of the big hotels on the Strip. So don't forget to get in touch with him. And we'll see. You've been amazing.
Thank you, Ninon. You are amazing, too.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
We'll be right back. Vegas Live with Ninon.